Randy has a question about Facebook and fan pages. Whether having a fan page is a necessity or not for the business.
No, it is not because you already. The reason is because you already have friends on your fan page. Um, One of the things that I love about Facebook, actually, uh, I have a question. Oh, shoot, let me see if I have it here because in the way I can use it. Hold on a second. Okay, now the fan page, only you are going to use it if, and this is only if, you are already over 5,000 people, or you want to brand yourself. But when you look at many of the people that are successful prospecting over Facebook, you will notice something interesting that most people don't have fan pages. You think that they have because you see so many, but they don't. I sponsor several people through Facebook, and even though I have a fan page, I have not even activated. I have it there, but I have not even activated. And the same happened with many of the really successful people in Isagenix that have built like the business about 80% through Facebook. With good examples, Kelly Dickerhoff. Kelly Dickerhoff got all the way to 5-star Golden Circle, and she just using her profile page. The same with let's say Gina Dimond, the same thing. And by the way, they have trainings on the Isagenix podcast where you hear how they build the business. But they don't have Facebook fan page. Another one that use a lot Facebook is Lynn Hagedorn and also Lisa DeMayo. They don't have fan page. I mean, you don't need a fan page. A fan page make it a little more complicated. It's useful, yeah, but to learn how to use it, it's a little different because remember, you have to start adding now people to follow you. And if you had your fan page and you don't have followers, where are you going to find the followers? How are you going to do it? You already in Facebook, you have already friends, and that's an advantage when you're working from your side from your regular profile side. But anyway, I don't know if I answered the question. Let me. Okay. All right. See, one of the things that I do, I put messages, then people comment. I put messages. There is another one. This is yesterday. I put messages, people comment, and sometimes people even share. You see, here is a share. Okay, you see, this is, you see, I post, and by the way, the new Miss Bikini universe is from Isagenix, in case you don't know. Let me show, it's right here. She's an executive, she's Jennifer, here, Jennifer Collins. Another Miss Bikini universe from Isagenix. I think we have it several years in a row. Started everything with Lori Harder 3 years ago, and we've been having more. But anyway, I don't know. What I mean is you post different things. You keep activity. You can post different things. You can post, for example, this was a meeting that we have in Saudi. We have this picture. I mean, you see, I'm really active posting in Facebook. Now, do you think that works? Well, I think I signed up about 4 or 5 people in the last month and a half coming from this Facebook, and these people that I didn't know. You see? And you say, well, how can you sign up somebody really easy? Well, our trainings that we have in How to Get Going, as a matter of fact, let me go howtogetgoing.com. Okay, when you look at the bottom, there is a place where it say George Scripps is right here. You see? Maybe if you don't see it at the right there. George Scripps. Most of the scripts were created originally for Facebook. Now, if somebody, for example, and by the way, some of the weekly, the daily trainings, I guess a couple ago, not last week, but the week before, also I was talking about Facebook. When somebody liked my comments, and I know that the person is not in Isagenix, for example, in this case, I put it about 5 hours ago, this one, and it has it's just about 6 comments. Now, when you click here, you want to see who comment, you go here. Now, look at what is interesting here. I have 5 people that comment. One of them is not my friend. You see? She's asking me to be her friend. What I do is when I post, I keep really active in Facebook. And by the way, I'm going to do a training on Facebook later, another time. I just ask the person, I connect with them, I send a private message, and I said, what do you like about my message? What else do you like? And then they say, by the way, what do you do? And I go into the scripts that you saw in howtogetgoing.com, the scripts that we have down here. And depend of the person that you are talking to. There are several scripts. The same with this. Now look at this. This was yesterday. Look at this one. I have all these people. Many of them are friends of mine, Isagenix. But look at this. It say add as a friend. They are not my friends, and they saw a message. Some people ask to be my friend. This is a great way to get friends. A bunch that are not my friends. That's cool. And you say, well, how that happen? When you post something in your timeline and it becomes popular, a lot of people are commenting, then people are commenting and like it, etc. Then other people start seeing that some people like it, and then it's like a popularity contest. They start also connecting to see what you have there. And this is really powerful. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I can go so far back, but I have even people in a post that I did about 2 weeks ago, before and after picture, and some of you probably saw, people asking me when we were going to Colombia. And some of you probably know that we are going into Colombia, and these were people from Colombia, professionals from Colombia. And now they know, and then when I post that picture that I post on Facebook, now they have it all over their friends. They're sharing it with their friends. Now, when they share, and here is an example. There are 23 people that are sharing here. Oops, you probably not, I covered the 23. 23 people that are sharing. When they share, they're sharing on the wall, people, and then become like a chain reaction. But anyway, this is one of the ways to prospect in Facebook. Just stay really active, posting stuff, because you want a lot of people that comment. In this case, in the picture, nobody comment, but there are 7 shares, as you see. Now, most of the people in this one probably are in Isagenix, but it's okay, because I want to keep a lot of activity on my side. But anyway, I probably went to a tangent, but you don't have to go into a fan page. You don't have to have a fan page. Here, as you see, it say that I have a couple of fan pages, but the thing, when you go there, I don't have even an active fan pages. I'm not using it yet. I have only 18 followers, likes, and 1, because again, I had not found the need of a fan page. So far, I have, let's see, I got to 4,650 friends. Plus, I have it doesn't appear there, but I have close to 1,000 people followers. How that happened? Just posting all the time. But anyway, I hope I answer right.
Yeah. Thanks, George.
But you don't need a fan page.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of these things that you see them a lot, and I think fan pages are mostly also for corporations or branding or so on. And remember, this is a business where a relationship business, and you want to keep it more personal. And I think the exposure that you want can be had directly through your profile page.
Yeah.
Good. We have also Victoria asks, what's your best strategy for inviting people to a launch party? Is it email,
before
in person?
Kelly Dickerhoff, I have Kelly Dickerhoff in this here, and you see she keep posting success story, great thing. I mean, and she had built all the way to 5-star Golden Circle, and her majority of business is on Facebook, congratulating people in her group, etc. And of course, people say all the activity eventually, and you get in conversation with the people that are activity that are non Isagenix using the scripts, and then you're going to be successful. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, don't worry. That's you know, that's very important, because her success is amazing doing that mainly through Facebook. Good. Let's back to Victoria's question about what your best strategy is for inviting people to a launch party, whether it's by email, in person. She's thinking of sending out a letter to her neighbors as well, neighbors that don't know what she's up to. What would you suggest, George?
Well, let me tell you, as a matter of fact, let me do something here, because one of the things I prefer, if you're going to send a letter, first you call. A letter by itself is not going to work. First you call. invite people using the how to invite people to a party. I mean, you have it here in isagenixbusiness.com. And what you do is you talk to people, invite them, and they say, I'm going to send you a letter or a postcard. I prefer a postcard, less expensive and uh, easy to send anyway. But you can send a letter reminding them. They say, I'm going to send you a letter to remind you about my presentation. And then after you send it, you call again a couple of days later to see if that person received the letter. And then the same day of the presentation, you call again them and send a text message. Make sure you send a text message. I don't like to send emails. Emails are not open rarely, but people when you call them, of course, they answer. They answer. If they don't answer, you leave a message. Almost everybody read text, and today, because people receive very few mail, basically everybody reads what comes in the mail, and it's why if you send a letter, it's going to be read. But first, you call the person, and you invite them, and then use again the strategy that is on how to invite people to a lunch party. A lunch party. I cannot even say lunch party because when I say people are expecting for lunch. But anyway, a presentation. I call it a cash flow presentation in my case because I'm really business minded, and I say, you are going to learn how to make cash from home and get healthier. That's what I say to people. They come to my home. It's going to be fun. You are going to see some videos, and then you follow the instructions that are on the lunch party. And again, the other thing, the rule of thumb, for every 10 people that you invite, one is going to show up. Think about that. Now, your percents are going to improve with time, but that's the rule of thumb. For every 10 people, only one is going to attend the presentation. It's why if you invite 5, expecting to have 5, it's a good chance that nobody's going to be there. But if you invite 10, it's a good chance that you have 1. That doesn't mean that you cannot have more. You may have 3 or 4, especially if the people that you're calling are people that you have a lot of influence. You could have all the 10. But the rule of thumb through the whole network marketing is 10 on 10 people, only 1. Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Perfect. Okay. I was just getting a question via text message as well.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I was going to highlight this. You see, there is a audio here inviting people to lunch party. Make sure you listen to it. It's a really powerful audio. And also, you just go to the videos like how to do a lunch party, etc. But this is really powerful. Here is more about lunch party. There's a lot of information today. We didn't have any of that information before when we started in Isagenix.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, just a quick reminder, make sure that you ask your questions in the question box at the top right of your screen. You should see the GoToWebinar control panel. Okay, so just got a question also via text messaging, and it has to do with let me just read this here. Basically, it's how do you lead when you talk to somebody? Do you lead with the business or with the product? You already sort of answered that.
I like to do the business, and I like to lead. When I say with the business, actually, I lead with questions. I love to ask questions to people, and you probably know one of my questions that is been my staple for years, for more than 12 years or 15 years when I learned it, is if I'm talking to somebody, say, if time and money were not a challenge and you have all the energy to enjoy them, what would you do? Again, if time and money were not a challenge, or if time and money were not a problem, what would you do? I ask anybody. It could be a person that I know or a person that I don't know. And then if they don't know what to say, you say, well, what would you buy? Who would you help? Where would you live? And if a person says, I would pay bills, well, something fun. Forget about the bills. Obviously, you have all the money. You don't have debts. What would you do? Where would you buy? Where would you live? What car would you drive? Who would you help? I mean, you can ask all these questions. And the person get excited when he's saying all these things. And then the next question is doing what you are doing now. How long will it take you to do all those things? Now, remember, when you ask the questions, you're having the response on how to approach the person. And then after a person say, well, doing what I'm doing now, it's never, okay, would you be, if I can show you a way where you can get the money and the time and even the energy to do all those things, will you be open? If somebody say no, forget about that person. But most people are going to be open. Now, it doesn't mean that most people are going to sign up. But when you ask those questions, then you are finding the main motivation of the person. Unless it's obvious, the person is saying something like, holy cow, I want to lose 20 pounds or 40 pounds, and I don't know what to do. This is something, instead of saying something like jumping right away, oh, I have something great, it's helping a lot of people now. Some people may react good to that. But one of the things that if somebody, Alex, is asking, telling me, oh, or complaining that he has to lose 40 or 50 or 100 pounds, and I say to him, really, what are you doing about it right now? He's going to tell me, are you happy with the results? Obviously, he's not, because he's complaining. But the reason I ask that question, because if you jump too quick, the person is saying, well, I'm going to try this diet, I'm working with my doctor. But when Alex said, no, obviously, I'm not happy with the results. And then I say, would you be open if I can show you something that many people have found out that it works? And you see, asking questions, you find out the motivation of the person, or also you can actually introduce Isagenix much easier, because again, you don't jump ahead. But anyway, asking questions, and in most cases, I say I'm really approaching people with a lifestyle. It's the business basically, because the business is going to give a lifestyle. If you just talk about the products, people are going to see you as somebody that's just selling the product. And it's going to be tough to get somebody to build the business, because they don't see the big picture. Because you say, oh yeah, you can get this, it's $260. People don't see the big picture, because the most they say, well, how much money you can make on the $30 bucks, $20. They don't see the big business. But if you talk about lifestyle and then you talk about the business, they are going to see the big picture.
Well, we have one of our top leaders in the Spanish market, in the Hispanic market, Roberto Perez. He's with us
Hey,
on the
Roberto,
webinar.
welcome. I don't know you're back from Mexico, but welcome.
Yeah, and actually, let me see if I can get him unmuted. Well, actually, but one thing that he actually mentions is to keep in mind that if you ask somebody, or if you ask a number of person what their top need is, what is it that they're lacking in their life, most of them will answer with something that has to do with the economy. And
Yeah, top need.
so business is actually the way that he approaches as well, and I know it's the way I approach it. And by the way, I have a great story myself, a personal story. I've lost over 100 pounds, but I don't approach people with with the products. I approach them with the lifestyle that's afforded by by the business. And my main motivator when joining was not money, it was a lack of free time. So there's different ways that you can tailor your presentations, and especially is just make sure that by following what George says, which is asking questions, that you respond to that particular person's needs. So Roberto, can you hear us?
Yes, Alex, how are you, my friend? Hi, George. Do you hear
Hey,
me?
how are you? Are you back from Mexico?
Yes, I was in Mexico and also in Colombia.
Oh, Colombia. Don't tell me the secrets from Colombia.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
great.
it's going to happen. Colombia is going to happen. We don't have, the company don't have any specific date for the launch, but people are looking Isagenix. So it's going to happen, and it's going to happen so big. But we need to focus in the US.
Yes. Well,
For those of
there's
you
the,
that don't know
yeah.
Roberto, and you can see the site, he is not only a successful associate in Isagenix, but he is really well known in the Spanish market as one of the top trainers for network marketing. He has done trainings on basically in every country where network marketing is allowed that speak Spanish, and all over the country too. I mean, I'm glad to not only to have him in Isagenix and to be his friend, but also to have a person of his quality in Isagenix. Imagine, and I bet Roberto, you could have choose any company, but you decided to stay in it and to be in Isagenix.
Yeah, that's true, George. And you have no idea how many people, how many vice president, how many president of the company invite me to join their company, and they can put me on top of the comp plan. And they give me everything and say thank you, but I'm in Isagenix, and they know that. They try, but it's not going to happen never.
Yeah.
Isagenix is the best opportunity in the history of network marketing, and this is why I'm here. I travel with, and I've been with many top leaders and many companies, and when they give me the problem they have, they have big problem. They have no idea how to launch new country. They have no software system to support the structure of the growth. They have many problems, and I have SCN have everything perfect, everything function, everything. People ask me, Roberto, why you are in Isagenix? We can pay you everything. And I say, well, that I love Isagenix because what they do, they are working in have an opportunity for over 100 years long. And this is why I'm here. I don't want to spend time in other company, and in a few years they quit, and I need to start again in another opportunity. In Isagenix, it's never going to happen me something like that. So
yeah, great.
Roberto, and I love the people, I love the comp plan, I love the products, I have the results, and
great, yeah.
This is my family.
And Roberto and his wife Querenza, both of them work as a team. You can see here in the Querenza interviewing Eric Ward. I hope all of you know by now who's Eric Ward. And here when they're doing an interview with Randy Gage, another legend in network marketing. I mean, I'm glad that we have you here. Thank you very much for being on the call tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Roberto.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy because my uplines, you are Alex, Leanne, and all the people on the company. I love this family. So
yeah. And then when up in Colombia, we are going to hear even more from Roberto.
Oh yeah, I meet with over 30 networkers. Everybody is already to signing up in Isagenix. 30 networkers.
Wow.
So let's see.
Yeah. Well, we know Colombia is going to happen big with your help, Roberto. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Great. Yeah. So one quick comment here. When I met Roberto, I always said, this is a fun. He is somebody that really knows about a company. He really knows about compliance and so on. And we were so honored to have him choose Isagenix. And right now we are seeing that so many networkers are joining Isagenix because they realize that the potential that Isagenix has. And we have seen, with Lynn Hagedorn becoming a millionaire in less than 14 months. Our comp plan is absolutely out of this world, and the products, of course, are what makes it happen. But like Roberto said, the biggest necessity that people have nowadays is economic, and money talks. So just a reminder, just go ahead and post your questions. Let me go to the next question. And let's see here. Actually, this question is, at what point do you bring in your upline or your sponsor in a three-way call? At what point do you do that?
As soon as you are going to do the follow-up, as soon as you see you send a tool to a person, you send to one of the videos in Isagenix, etc. As the next call has to be with your upline, has to be ASAP. You don't want to wait. When people come to me and they say, I talk to a lot of people and everybody say no, that's a red flag. I know that the person is talking too much. You don't talk too much. Your only function is I make sure, tell a story and ask a favor. Hey, I need a favor. You want to know about my story? That story, go to this video and I call you back. And make sure you have the telephone numbers of your uplines to call them back with them. And then you introduce them. We did a training that's somewhere in how to get going on how to do the proper three-way calls, but and how do you introduce the person. But anyway, but then what you do, you introduce the person right away. You don't wait. You don't wait. And there are other ways to do it, and I'm not going into detail right now, but the idea is to have your upline ASAP as soon as possible.
Okay, and I do want to point out one thing is, this is the follow-up after the person has been exposed to one of the tools.
Yeah, usually to a video, yeah.
Yeah, so don't do the three-way call if this is the first approach to a person. It's at the follow-up step.
Yeah, you don't do a three-way call when the person doesn't have a clue, but when you give them a tool. Let's put Isagenix tools. I'm going to show you what a tool, or when you send them a video to a video, that's a tool too.
Yeah, ISA sales tools.
Oh, sales tools. That's why it's not working.
Yeah.
Sales tools. Okay, sorry. Okay, and we have great tools. I mean, great tools. That you can have. By the way, I recommend you not only to use the tools on the internet, but guys, make sure you have tools with you. You have tools with you. I love the CD with Michael Claus. Okay, where is it? Here. This is a great tool, and you can get together with your group and then get the discount because it's $250. You can get the discount, buy it to the group 100 CDs, or you can buy it yourself and you get a 60% discount. This is a great tool when you have it with you. You have to have a tool to have with you. Plus, you have the tools of the internet. It's so important. You don't want to be caught with no tools at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we answered the question.
Perfect. And talking about tools, one of the questions that we have, I'm gonna jump one question ahead, but it happens to be, which video do you send to people?
Depend who you're talking to. It's common sense. If you are talking to a woman, we have a video called Enterprising Woman. Guess what? What are you gonna send? If you are talking to a guy that's 35 or older, we have one called Retire Wealthy. Now it's changed the name, Retire Wealthy. And guess what? If it's a person younger than 30, mostly a guy, a woman, doesn't matter the age, could be 18, could be 150. If the pricing woman, it goes through all the ages. But if it's a guy that's under 30, what's called? I forgot. Experience Isagenix. Those are the 3 top videos that you use. And now you see that none of them are product videos. There are stories or business videos because we want to get the stories across. Now, when somebody asks you, say something like, you know what, I want to know more about the products, then we have the Are You Toxic? But that's a follow-up video. I prefer to send it as a follow-up video. Oh, people really lose weight with this. Well, we have the 100, 200, and 300 pounds club video, or we have the Isa Body Challenge, any of those 2 videos. Or a person say, yeah, really, I want to look younger. Well, you know which one to send. I mean, we have every video for every question, every need. I mean, that you don't have to say it yourself. We have enough videos in Isagenix to respond. As a matter of fact, one of the coming up, not this Monday, but coming up training that we're going to have is how to use the different videos that we have in Isagenix. But it's really simple. Again, the rule of thumb is women, enterprise women, if it's a guy 35 and older, retired wealthy, and if it's a person, usually guys under 30, experience Isagenix. Although experience Isagenix is most people like it. You can use it with anybody. If you are not sure, you can use that one.
And it's good because it's a short one. It's just 3
3.5
minutes.
Yeah, well, the new enterprising woman is only 5 minutes long, and the same that
Yes.
the new retired wealthy. They are short videos too, the new ones. And the reason we have them short is because the idea is to get them excited, and then they see a presentation. What is the presentation? Why Isagenix video?
Yeah, which is also short
you invite people to our home
by
using
relative.
Pardon me?
Yeah, it's also short by relative terms. It's only 12 minutes, which is great.
Yeah, for a presentation, it's really, really short. I have to say that.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of tools, but you see, I don't have as many tools because I don't want to confuse myself. I have the launch party that's here, because the launch party is amazing. When you do a presentation, plus has this cool video that has several of the videos, has several tools, has this magazine. But I don't use too many of the tools. The rest of the tools I use mostly for information. And of course, the CD that I told you about Microsoft, I love that tool. I said News, by the way, the magazine, and Prosper Magazine, both of them are really good tools. I love this magazine. It's really powerful. Now, you don't see Prosper Magazine there because they run out of them, but they are coming with a new one in a month and a half. Or less than a month, in 5 weeks, we are going to have the new one. Okay, I better stop there because I think we have another question.
Yeah, and actually, that the next question has to do with, last week, George, you showed the hold on just 1 second. You showed the YouTube channel from Isagenix. How do I get there?
Okay, let me see. It's really easy. Okay, by the way, Enterprising Woman is there. Huh, interesting. Okay, you enter Isagenix, and then you look for a video that has Isagenix on the part where it says buy. When I mean buy, you see there's here buy Isagenix. When you see buy Isagenix, you're going to click there, and then you are already in the channel. You see they have opportunity. As a matter of fact, let me highlight it. They have opportunity. They have product videos. And by the way, this is the new Retire Wealthy. Oh, this is a new one. That's amazing. Why networkers choose Isagenix? Let me just do it myself because this is a powerful video. When you're talking to networkers, this is a great video. So you see Retire Wealthy, Enterprising Woman. This is a training by Kathy Cooper about the business, how to do a launch party. I mean, business. Then we have products and talking about the different products. By the way, it's interesting because many people sometimes they want to answer everything. You answer with a video. I mean, and for example, you want to know about why the shakes are so great. And the reason I'm talking about the shakes, because always I hear people, Shakeology and Baisalo. Hey, guys, ours is superior. Well, here's a great video. In depth, look at the Isagenix. You answer with videos. You don't answer yourself. Isagenix events, Isabai challenge here. Also, interesting, we have languages. Let me go down. You see we have Spanish, we have French, and we have Chinese. It's right there. Really cool. There are videos there for anything you want. Anything you want. I would say that 80 or 90% of the questions that you see are answered by a video.
And one interesting thing, those of you who have read the GoPro book by Eric Worre,
Alex, sorry, you're sounding like you're doing gargles.
Yeah, that must be my internet connection out here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, one of the things that actually Eric Worre says is that the reason to have an exposure in network marketing is so that you can follow it up by another exposure and another exposure and another exposure. And when he means exposures, one of the best exposures that we can do long distance is with the videos. And by constantly answering questions with the videos, this is the best way to actually uh, work with somebody long distance.
Yep.
Good.
And we have a lot of videos, product videos. We have tons of them. I mean, we have over 30 product videos. I mean, we have everything: Isagenix events, Isabody challenge. I mean, popular uploads, the most common uploads. I mean, it's languages. Even for exercise, guys. Many people say, I don't know what exercise recommend people. Okay, we have it here.